My name is Sarai. We are from Las Vegas, and
my name is Mike. This is our daughter, Ariana. Yeah, Mike. What's your name?
Anna.
Ariana. Say hi.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Leslie Holland,
And I'm Justin Holland.
and we're parents to Ashaya and Hunter. Ashaya has Down syndrome. She's 6 years old. Hunter's 2.
So I'm Patty Barba. This is Robbie Barba. Or Robbie Martinez, sorry. This is Robbie Martinez. And we're both Vegas natives.
I'm Juan Barba.
My name is Tani. I have 2 kids. I have a son who is 2.5, who has Down syndrome. His name is Massimo. And I also have a 5-year-old named Layla.
Hello, my name is Peter Whittingham. I am the father of this beautiful girl.
And I'm Belinda Whittingham, Sophia's mom.
And I'm Sophia, and I'm the daughter, and I'm 21. I was born in 1998.
Sophia was born in 1998. Her diagnosis of Down syndrome was a surprise to us. We did not know before she was born. And it was honestly something that we just weren't prepared for at all.
I was absolutely surprised, and all the gamut of emotions were present when I was first notified, and disappointments and regrets and what now, and what resources do we need, and did we do something wrong? What did we do wrong? And just how now that this has fallen in our lap, as it were, at the time I was thinking, how do we make the best of it? And the minute I reached out to some doctors and found out what does this mean, and did some research, and we decided, okay, all right, we have a beautiful daughter. It didn't take us long either to realize that.
Everything's different.
yeah. Well, in a way, yeah, everything's different in a way that she will always have Down syndrome, and that's something that definitely always comes into play in our lives. But the day-to-day and their sister bond, I don't feel like it's any different than it would be with if Ariana was a typically born child.
Nothing. I try not to make any too drastic changes, only because I wanted to raise her the same way I raised my first daughter. Yeah, like they say, treat them like exactly the same way, you know, no special treatment. Yeah. Although she does get away with a lot of things. But I try to treat her exactly the same as I do her older sister.
Definitely. Yeah, I don't really think we've made too much of an adjustment raising Ariana than raising her sisters. I think we just try our very best to raise them. Like, we don't expect anything from Ariana that we wouldn't expect from her older or youngest sister.
So I don't feel sorry for her, and I don't treat her in that way because I want people to see that also and treat it the same way too.
Yeah, she is 100% capable of doing everything that her older and younger sister are doing, so we don't expect anything less from her, is what we're trying to say.
I've always been a instantaneous kind of person. I like results now. I like to be able to see those results, and she's taught me to be a lot more patient. She's also been able to see the good in people. She's helped me bring out, whenever we go out, she says hi to people, she meets people, she has no problem talking to strangers, and they treat her well. And it's something that I haven't really seen a lot of with typical kids. Her personality really shines through. You see her being herself and not what she wants the world to see. She doesn't have that filter. I want her to have a standard life. I want her to be happy, independent, be able to find love, be able to have kids of her own. Just be able to have a normal life that I think that she could have. And as long as she has a strong support group around her and people understand and don't exclude her from things, then she'll have that ability to do that.
I want people to know that there's a lot of misconceptions and a lot of outdated information out there. Down syndrome is not something to be feared or pitied or, kind of pushed aside. They're people just like all the rest of us. They learn, they walk, they read and write and laugh and love and everything that everyone else can do. And I think a lot of people are scared of disability just because they're not familiar with it. And a lot of that ignorance can breed fear. And if you would just take the time to get to know an individual with Down syndrome or any disability for that matter, you would see that they're, just like anybody else in so many ways.
For us, I think inclusion means including him in the things that we think he has no idea about. And that's just our thought. Sometimes there's something big in the world happening and it's all over the news and we're talking about it and he knows too, but we think, oh, this is grown-up stuff. This is not something he needs to worry about or, But for us, it's like sometimes I stop and I think, okay, he's 23 and he wants to know. He's asking because he knows, there's something happening. So I think for us, inclusion means including him in the things that we want to shield him and protect him from.
So let me say this. You're absolutely right, Daniel, but I think that if we don't include him, then we can't expect people to include him, though. So it needs to start from us, because I think that you're right. We expect everybody to include him, but it needs to start from us. It's like anything else. If you don't set that example, then people cannot do that, and that's with everything in life, not just with Down syndrome. I'm gonna give you a good example. I think we remember that he has Down syndrome when people point it out, because we forget, because he's just another kid.
Because to us, he's not a kid with Down syndrome. To us, he's our kid,
But we also understand that he does. So what we do is, again, we just need to include him, and then we can expect the world to include him on that. That's what
I think that it's tough too, because in our situation, we have no other children other than him. So it's almost as if he's still 6 and I still want to shield him from anything that's wrong or sad or anything that's not happy. I don't want to include him in it, That's weird to say out loud, but that's exactly how it is. I'm sure with any parent having a typical child, you want to, if your child is typical, you want to shield them from that too, but there comes a point in time where they totally understand everything and they know what's going on in the world, and you're like, yes, this is sad, this is the world we live in, But for him, he could care less if someone is chuckling at him or if someone is looking at him funny, or he could care less. And it's so funny because for me, it makes me sad and it makes me upset, if I know that, hear that, see it. But Han's been really good at pointing out, like, listen, he could care less. I mean, he really could care less, but I want him shielded from that all the time,
And I think it's a mother thing, yes. But I think that we see a lot of, what is the little quote that we always see, that if you smile, if you
see a child with Downs,
or I think it says if you laugh at a
Child with Down.
a child with that's what
Yeah, if you laugh at a child with Down syndrome,
he will
and he will smile back, but not. He's smiling with you, right?
because he's better than something like your ignorance. Because it's true that they don't have any. They don't
Malice.
show. It's an inclusion.
Yeah, he's not huge.
Inclusion. That's as bad as you're gonna get.
That's
Yes.
excellent.
Yes.
That's perfect.